It is Sunday night. It's January 21st, 2024. Brand new episode of the Kicking Out podcast, streaming live on our YouTube channel, on our X or Twitter page, whatever you want to call it, and on our Facebook page. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube. If you haven't
Ding.
already, we're running a little late. We made our fans wait. They're already commenting. I'm Tanner Lee. Shep's in the house. Paul's in the house, the wise man. Shep just wants to be in a gang.
I just want to be in a gang.
Bang, bang, scissor gang.
That's what we're talking about tonight.
Or the Mama Wang gang.
Or the Mama Wang gang. No Mama Wang this week on TV.
I know.
What's up with that?
I know.
Shep was very depressed.
Shep had her occupied.
Yeah, that's true. She was out keeping me warm here in the Midwest.
Well, that's good. You needed it this week with those frigid temps.
Yeah. You know what else keeps Shep warm, don't you, Tanner? What are we drinking tonight, Shep?
Oh, I got hold on. I got a surprise. Hold on.
We like surprises on the podcast.
I figured he already had his alcohol sitting right beside him and would be like, yeah, this keeps me warm too.
This shit's probably going to kill me.
Woo! Woo! Look at the face. He's not excited.
No, I'm not. I'm not an energy drink fan at all. When I see at the bottom it says mushroom blend dietary supplement, I'm like, this shit.
I literally, on their website, they show you every mushroom in it. Like a picture of the mushroom.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I got an idea. Hold on.
At least we come prepared. I mean, my drink's, right here beside me.
Yep, I got the Old Faithful Coors Original. Also got a water. No, we got to keep you hydrated.
I almost had a shot of Fireball with me tonight.
Ooh, that'd have been nice.
We may do that next weekend.
I heard the ice. I heard the ice moving around. So,
okay, all right. So we'll give it a. We're gonna give it a fair shot here. Okay, we're gonna.
Which flavor is it, Shep? Which flavor is it for everybody out there?
Strawberry banana.
Strawberry banana, the Woo, Ric Flair's energy drink.
And if you don't like it, learn to love it, according to the slogan on the back. Wow, that's pretty right up to the point. Actually, like if you look at the back, it is like. It's only 30 calories, only 6 grams of sugar, which is really light for a energy drink. And then a bunch of other shit I can't pronounce. Oh, boy.
Down the hatch it goes. It can't be worse than that blue stuff you drank, that moonshine.
Oh, well, that caught me off guard. I didn't realize. Like, I had the red flavor the week before, and it was just, like, nice, fruity. That shit was straight gasoline, and they talk about it. All right, here we go.
Wow, he went in.
Not even just a sip.
That's fucking awful.
3:45, and we're already hitting the E.
Oh.
All right, I got it a little. All right, so let's put a little of that in there.
Some ice on it. Ooh, when Shep doesn't show up for work tomorrow, we apologize.
So I'll give it a little stir.
For everybody listening, that's a little vodka pour in with the energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is salute.
I'm so glad Dax did alcohol reviews on his podcast because that started all of this.
That face.
That's awful. Even vodka didn't make that is awful. Like who? Seriously. I mean, I know his taste buds are burned from all the tequila Ric Flair has drank over the years, but to think that tastes good. Oh, well.
So glad I didn't order myself any yet.
Well, you don't have. Hey, you don't have to, Paul, because I got 5 cans that I'll deliver to you tomorrow.
All right.
You can.
All right. I'll give it a shot. I'll do a taste test next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I should too. Not
keep
much.
him-
Just watching Shep make awful faces at the Woo energy drink he just tried.
Yeah, I
I'll,
mean,
I'll keep one and give it to you Friday morning so we can both try the same
There you
one
go.
Sunday.
It sounds good, Paul.
there you go. Mushroom blend too.
All of them are.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I wish they were. After tasting that shit, they better be psychedelic.
well, the Woo energy drink might not have been good, but we lost Paul there.
No, but
Says
the Old Faithful's still good, and it's gonna have to like clean the palate here for a second.
Old Faithful's good, and I thought AEW had some good programming on this week.
Hey, I thought you hit that right on the head. I thought Dynamite was great, Collision was great, Rampage was above average than I would expect from a Rampage.
Mhm.
I think here in the last 20 days, the storytelling all of a sudden has just become a priority. Instead of just throwing, we still get some random matches, which I don't hate. But it's just like something's awakened TK. Maybe he changed suppliers for white candy. I don't know.
First coffee. It's coffee.
Oh, coffee. I mean, coffee. Yeah, coffee.
Yeah.
But
No.
it's awesome to watch. It's great television, and I think next week is already built up to be a banger of a week. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
If you would have asked me 6 months ago, are we going to see Adam Copeland versus Minoru Suzuki? I would have told you drank way too much mushroom blend energy drinks from Ric Flair. You were smoking his Ric Flair drip.
Oh yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Next Wednesday, we get that match.
And Copeland cut a really good promo for it too. Is on their social media today. Talking about 5 years ago, couldn't imagine this match. He said he was getting goosebumps thinking about it, and they're just going to beat the crap out of each other, and it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
And then I also read a thing where he wants to have a match in the Tokyo Dome yet.
Mhm.
He wants to go down in a couple big arenas in Mexico yet, and he's toying around the G1 next year.
Yeah, he's
Like-
giving his all for one last run.
I mean, hats off to him. Hats off.
Yep. But hopefully Paul will be back on joining us. He said his laptop decided to go ape shit. He said he'll be right back. So happens. It happens. But we were talking about Adam Copeland, one of the guys that is always talked with him because he's his main rival right now. Former best friend, Christian Cage. He opened Dynamite this week, defending his TNT championship against Dustin Rhodes. I thought this match was really good. Dustin can still go, man, for his age.
Well, here's one thing, and I listened to Mark Henry Saturday morning on Busted Open, and he made a comment. He goes, look, these are just two veterans. They're in great shape. They know how to get the crowd involved. They know how to tug at their emotions. And on top of that, they know how to wrestle.
Right.
And he goes, you combined all those two, and no matter those two really didn't have a past right now, kind of a match he threw together, but they still brought it. They still went, would they go 15, 18 minutes probably?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was great. I had one little thing, and I've never called into Busted Open. I always thought about it, but I don't have the patience to wait on their telephone lines. And I kind of wanted to ask this. I wanted to ask a bully, especially, but I'll ask you guys. The first false finish we got was Dustin putting Christian in the crossroads,
Mm-hmm.
and Christian kicking out. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I am here. Does it hurt the crossroads for Cody going forward, knowing that it's getting kicked out on the other show? And I'm pretty sure Cody used it first, then Dustin used it, right? Dustin didn't use it back in the Gold Dust days and stuff, right?
Not that I remember. I just remember the Shattered Dreams.
Yeah.
I know he had another move too, but no, I've seen Dustin use it at other times, even when Cody was in AEW. I think Cody used it first.
So I kind of wanted to, those guys that know they've forgot more about it than we'll ever watch or learn. But I just feel like all of a sudden you're using Cody's finish on another program and it getting kicked out. And yes, people kick out when Cody uses, but it's Cody's finisher. We're having somebody else use this guy's finisher. And I know they're brothers, but it's the competition all of a sudden. And you got a guy that's trying to ride the rocket to the moon right now, right? And his finisher is getting kicked out of on the other show. I don't know. I think there could be a discussion there, right?
There's definitely a discussion. I'll lean towards no. It doesn't impact it, but this definitely good for debate. What do you think, Paul?
I don't think it hurts it too much because, again, it got kicked out of a lot when Cody used it too.
Yeah. But no, but I thought this match was fun. Fun opener. Kill Switch got involved. We saw Nick Wayne get involved. Heck, we saw Nick Wayne take a Canadian Destroyer on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mama Wayne sent me a text. His X-rays were negative.
All right, that's good. That's good.
I'm in the group. I'm in the family group now.
I'm glad you don't have to help pay for any hospital bills.
Hell no, he ain't on my insurance.
That's good.
He's an adult now.
That's true. That is true. But in the end, Christian gets the win. Hit a spear and a kill switch, which he's still calling it that, even though he's calling his partner kill switch. His move's still called the kill switch. So, yeah. Christian defends it, but good effort by Dustin. I'm glad we're seeing Dustin on TV more again.
Yeah. Especially because I think he said 24 was going to be his last year.
He did mention that one time. So I don't know if he still plans to make it his last year or not, but it was a fun match. That we saw Swerve backstage tell Renee that people are talking about him the most out of the Continental Classic. Makes him the most dangerous man going after the AEW World Championship. But he does put over Adam Page as a wrestler. And what I loved about this was when Renee mentions Adam Page, Swerve's demeanor changed instantly. Mm-hmm. Instantly. Love that.
What's with the eye makeup? I think I texted you guys this. It looked
He's been doing that for like a month. I don't know.
Maybe this is the first time I've ever noticed it, but and then later in the show when we saw him walk out on the side of the ramp, it looked even more.
I don't know. I don't know why he's doing it, but he's been definitely making it heavy lately.
Maybe he got misted by the House of Black.
Maybe.
Well, if that's going to happen, I hope it's Sky Blue Miss Me. She can do that all day long.
Any thoughts about the best? Well, before we got to the best friends, Penta and Commander match, Jericho was shown backstage. I think they tried to drown out the booze again. Said the Don Callis family took away the AEW Tag Team Champions from him and Sammy. Then he's interrupted by Matt Sydal. Said this isn't the Jericho he knows. He suggested they need a match, so they set up a match for Rampage. Jericho's starting to become a Rampage regular in the ring.
He is.
Yeah, and I watched this match on Rampage, and it was okay. I'd rather have Jericho on commentary for an hour than have a match. But.
Yeah. Majin here on Swerve. He said he won't sleep until he has that title. Could be that, or he could be doing it to appear more dastardly and evil. And then he asked, "Did you catch the WWE nod in that promo?"
Yes, Jericho said he could be born for this.
Yeah, having born. Yeah, clever, Jericho. Clever. I didn't have a lot of thoughts about the best friends tag match against Penta and Commander. Orange and Trent went over in the end. I don't think that was a surprise at all. I think it was more what we saw post-match was the big takeaway for me. We saw the Undisputed Kingdom of Taven, Bennett, and Strong come down, and Roderick's questioning why Cassidy worked in a tag team match rather than defending his title, which is a good point. Orange is his first ring as the international champion. He defended all the time. And now we're in the second ring. We've barely seen him defend it. So Roderick's wondering if he's got nothing left in the tank or if it belongs to him, and Cassie can't face it. Cassie said he's got it and will face him right now. But Roderick says no, he'll have to wait until Revolution. I love this. They're putting another match on the card 6 weeks in advance. So now we're going to actually get some storytelling to provoke or prolong this feud leading up to Revolution. I mean, we haven't got that besides the AEW World Championship. I don't think at all for any of these secondary titles.
Well, no. Then you're going to see a match. You're going to see a trios match there. Okay. You're going to see maybe Orange versus Taven. Orange versus, you're going to see a mix up there. So you're going to see them on television, and they're going to have different matches, and they're going to have different finishes, and it's all going to jive and mesh together. So there's 6 guys there that can go. I know we haven't seen the Kentucky Gentleman in a while. He's just in his tracksuits and his face beat ass red. But yeah, and there's some talkers in this group as well.
Sure.
As much as I can't stand Roderick Strong on the mic, but guess what? He's doing his job. He's
good in the ring too.
Yeah, he's great in the ring, but he's making me not like him. I want to. It's nails on the chalkboard when I hear his voice, and he's doing his job. I think Taven and Bennett are underrated. Like I think those guys.
Yeah.
I remember watching Ring of Honor when Taven had his little world championship run, and it was good. It was really good. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. Like you said, we got 6 weeks, right?
Yeah, March 3rd.
That's a while. That's a while in AEW's eyes. That's years.
Yep.
So with all the television they have, it'll be good to see.
Majin with the Adam comment.
And I don't know, maybe it was just me, but the way the Kentucky Gentleman was acting post-match, I was almost hoping he was going to turn on the Best Friends and join the Undisputed Kingdom.
If anybody's going to join it, Trent. If anybody,
it better be Trent than heel, if any of them.
Because we've seen him more on TV. We've seen him take more losses. He's gone through more shit than what's his real name? Kentucky Gentleman's real name?
Chuck Taylor.
Chucky T. Yeah, we've seen Trent go through way more frustrating things. If anybody had a reason to turn, it'd be him.
Yeah.
Plus, he carries a little more clout to take to that faction, which right now you got to have a little clout to be in that faction. That's a higher up faction.
Yeah, I agree with you there. See Hangman backstage, and I like this. I like what we're getting with Hangman. He's dressing more edgy now, kind of more aggressively. We don't see the flower print anymore on him. We're seeing just this rugged cowboy look. He's got the beard of a Western cowboy, and he's saying nobody cared more about the AEW World Championship than him. He wanted to win the title, but in 2024, not only does he want to win it again, but he wants to hold it and keep it there. He doesn't think about Swerve at all, but he says it doesn't matter if Smojo's the champion. So, even though he's 0-2 against Swerve, he said he doesn't think about him.
He may have the beard of a Western cowboy, but he's got the stash of Magnum TA.
Yeah.
So many online comparisons of those two guys.
Yep. And
There's
right on
another
cue,
one.
Majin says that's Magnum TA reincarnated, damn it. Up
Just
next,
don't drive fast.
Really emotional part of the show, and I thought this was very well done by AEW. It was the 1 year passing of Jay Briscoe, so we see Mark Briscoe come out. Recalled them telling his oldest niece that she'll never walk again. Then his oldest niece appears behind him walking. He says they won't stop because they can't stop. He says a family thanks everyone from the bottom of their hearts. And they show a really good monologue that they showed last year, looking back on the life of Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, I noticed that, this was the first time I've seen Mark get a little emotional, a little choked up. Even watching the funeral, I remember watching the funeral when he got up and spoke. He didn't really choke up, but he got a little choked up here, especially when he talked about his niece. And when she came around and started walking on stage, you saw her walk a little bit, and the camera went away, and then the camera came back when she was there. And I think the reason they did that is I think she saw as, she needs a little assistance. She had a little bit of a limp or whatever, and they didn't want to show the weakness or whatever. But either way, it's a freaking miracle. She's doing that good, and it's awesome. So,
Yep. It was really well done. Really heartfelt moment there. Majin said comment before he says, "I'm going to need him to never do that again." That little pause scared me.
Well,
oh yeah, because he was like, they said my niece would never walk again.
Yeah, and
then they moved, and I was like, oh no, did she end up passing from her injuries too?
Well, no, I remember some of the reports, that were a month or so after the accident, and when they were released at home, and there were some reports there that she was on a walker and stuff like that, and then it just kind of went away. But yeah, I mean, the first week after that, the initial reports were not good at all. So just awesome that because she's a teenage girl and she can still live a life and with some quality and move on from an awful tragedy that she was a part of and try to get any positive out of it because of who her dad was.
Well said. Next up, backstage with Renee Paquette, we saw the Young Bucks. Man, I like this. I like the direction they're going. They're demanding more respect. So they want to be called Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, which that popped me when he said, we want to be called by our actual names. Because I'm thinking, are they going to go by the Masseys now? Not the Jacksons, but he said Nicholas and Matthew Jackson.
Well, they said we're EVPs and you're going to show like that kind of respect. So the only thing I could think of is this character they're coming back as? Is this a slap in somebody's face?
Like, I think it's a little bit of slap. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're going to be the EVPs. You're going to show us the respect because we run this place and this is how it's going to go.
Yep. I think they're leaning into that.
And I can get behind a heel Bucks way better than a face Bucks.
I agree.
So they are damn good heels.
I agree. Yeah. He said they would go and do everything over again to ensure that AEW exists because they're talking about, none of the rumors people write about is true, but what would you do to protect your baby if it were true? He's talking to Renee and, he said they used to use the term change the world. They were rebels at the start of AEW. But somewhere along the way, they lost their way. Toxicity leaked into the locker room. There's your shot. According to Matthew, that's because they leaned on yesterday's cancerous superstars. He says Sting is none of those. He's a role model employee and one of the greatest of all time. They wanted to change the world, so they need to say goodbye to Sting, and everybody likes Sting. They never ask anyone to do anything that they're not willing to do themselves. Nicholas says they'll pull some strings as EVPs, then they leave. What this reminded me of is, I know we already talked about Dustin earlier. You guys remember when AEW was starting before Double or Nothing, Dustin and Cody hyping up that match. Cody wanted to kill the Attitude Era. That's kind of what this reminded me of a little bit, saying, Sting's the last one. We got to get rid of him.
Well, Jericho too.
That's true.
Get rid of Jericho, Ed, Copeland, Christian, and Sting, and then the Attitude Era is dead.
Right.
No, you still got. You said Christian. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. But I liked it. I thought it was good stuff. I think it's a total change of their character. I know they came back before they originally wanted to, just for this feud with Darby and Sting. So, good stuff. We saw the ROH World 6-Man Championship switch hands. Shep called that one on last week's podcast. Gates of Agony and Brian Cage, the face painted, ripped Brian Cage, that's Shep's favorite. They lost the Trios Championship to Jay White and the Guns, or Bullet Club Gold. So Bullet Club Gold are now the rightful title owners for the World 6-Man Championship for ROH.
And the best part of this was after the fact, the next day when they released some backstage promo work where they got rid of Cardboard Switchblade Jay White. He gone.
Cardblade. Cardblade gone.
Cardblade gone. And they introduced, and I'm gonna botch this, right? They introduced, was it? Help me out here. Was it
Rock Card
Juice
Box?
Juice
That
Box.
sounds right.
It's either Rock. Is it Rock? I don't know. Either way, it was great. It was a great promo, and obviously Juice Robinson on the shelf injury, which that faction is not as good as without him.
Right.
That guy is $1 million. But yeah, great backstage segment. Great way to introduce the new cardboard cutout of Juice Robinson.
Oh, good stuff. These guys, they make things get over pretty good. So, we saw Adam Cole, the devil himself, and Wardlow backstage. Cole claims Wardlow will go down as one of the best of all time in AEW. Says Wardlow will run through everyone until he becomes world champion. And Wardlow just nods and then he goes, boom.
Well, he says he'll do great running through everybody, become world champion, then hand me the belt.
Yeah.
And then Warlord had that just shit-eating grin on his face, and he said, boom.
Yep.
Which, for some reason, 6, 7, 8 months down the road, if some reason Warlord does win that belt, he's not giving it to Adam Cole. And these little smirks and stuff like that setting that up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Batista and Evolution.
Yep.
And I was a big Batista guy growing up, so. Up next, we got Deonna Purrazzo against Anna Jay, and I know it's early 2024, but this is one of the best things AEW's done in a long time, is the signing of Deonna Purrazzo.
Deonna Purrazzo is awesome in the in ring, but what made this segment was who was on commentary.
Timeless Toni Storm.
Oh my God, with her talking to Riccaboni, basically
petting
saying
him.
Yeah, and saying you're a clean-shaven Tony Schiavone, and it wasn't even him. It was so good. And then her getting on Luthar's shoulders and cutting a promo and throwing her shoe at the same time. Like, I'm telling you right now, with MJF out of the company, okay, whether he's in Connecticut or on the shelf, whatever the hell he's doing, right now, your best mic work is Toni Storm.
She's pretty good.
Right now, it's the best. There's nobody better than her right now. Maybe you get a pissed off Eddie Kingston, but when you're talking gets her point across and has some comedy in there, the chin up, tits out thing, great. Watch the shoe,
Watch out for the shoe.
Well, and the best part is the camera work, which lacks in AEW, okay? But the camera work was perfect this time because the camera was off of Tony, on Deonna, and she says this, and you see the shoe come flying in out of the corner of the screen. It was great. It worked out well. And then Deonna didn't know what the hell to do. She picked the shoe up and threw it back at her.
Yep. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun feud to Revolution with these two.
Yeah, great segment.
Yeah. The only thing I had negative about this segment, and this is just nitpicking. Tony said it was time for a commercial break. And that's why she went to the chin up, tits out, because that's her go-to for commercial breaks.
Well, she thinks she runs the show, so they should have went to they should have went to the commercial break. So she's the boss.
Yeah, Majin hitting on something I wanted to bring up to those so-called fans who've attacked Deonna for her body and that. Post a picture of yourself first, you cowards. Yeah. No. People attacking her, so, and then she posts I'll just say a really nice photo of herself on the beach on social media. And so many keyboard warriors out there. So many people are tough on social media, and that stuff can really be damaging to a person, especially a female.
It is, somebody in the spotlight. And let's be honest, the female wrestlers, sometimes they wear some revealing ring gear. Okay. But the people that bitch about it are the people, like he said, won't post a picture on it, or they look like me. Okay, I mean, I look pretty good in my FTR shirt.
Yep,
best tag team in the world. But I'm not going to say that
Mark.
stuff. But yep. My name's Austin, but you can call me Mark. Yes. I don't get it. I don't get it. it goes to the point, and Twitter's bad because I feel like most of professional wrestling is on Twitter, right? All the comments and stuff. But like I look in my everyday life, like take professional wrestling. I look at my everyday life in the business world of what adults, and we're talking adults. And I guess I'm an adult now, even though I'm 41 years old. I act like a 15-year-old. Okay, whatever. I'm very immature for my age. But I look at like what people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s put on Facebook. When they talk about people, when they talk about schools, when they talk about sports teams, anything, the internet, social media is so fucking negative, and people just think they can say whatever they want because they're hiding behind a phone, an iPad, or a laptop, and it's awful. I made a comment the other day. I think once you graduate college, you can have Facebook, but you shouldn't be able to fucking comment on it. Okay, you can watch it, watch your grandkids and watch your other kids and your family across the world. Great, that's fine, but you shouldn't freaking comment on it. You should not be able to talk about shit. Anyways, that's my rant. Let's talk about wrestling. You're gonna get me all pissed off at an adults that hide behind Facebook and Google reviews and all that bullshit. Anyways, Dina Purrazzo, awesome wrestler, very attractive lady. Keep your head up. Keep doing what you're doing. Yep. Fuck everybody else.
Well said, Shep. Get yourself another Woo energy drink. I think you need another one.
No. God, they're awful. It's still an aftertaste lingering. Must be the shiitake.
Shiitake mushrooms.
Shiitake.
Oh, and Majin, it's not a neck beard. It's the chin. It's the chin.
It's the chin. Chin beard.
We're gonna get you a top hat, Paul, and we're gonna call you Amish Paul.
You keep threatening it, and I still don't have one.
Paul, it's not Paul Zartman, it's Paul Yoder. Can you? They're hellacious carpenters. I mean, you can make me a nice cabinet or something.
There you go, Paul. New gimmick for you. FWF, yes. Right there.
There you go. You start coming out with a 2x4 and a saw. Maybe a nail gun. Well, no, wait, shit. They don't have electric shit, so you have to have a hammer and a nail. We'll get you some cargo pants, a work belt.
I wear cargo pants. Damn it.
Well,
you're already there.
You're already there. You're already living your gimmick, man.
Oh, love it.
Oh, well.
That's fine.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Hey, my gimmicks, I play a short earthquake. So, I'm the same size as the earthquake, but I'm just short. So,
this other match I want to discuss on Dynamite before we get into the main event. Rabbit holes. This is my type of match. Private Party versus Top Flight. I enjoyed this match a lot.
Tanner, you like this match because if you were in the ring with these guys, you might be the heaviest guy in the ring.
And I'm the one who can't jump like these guys either.
And was this the match? And I think I was about 20 minutes behind you guys watching this. Was this the match Tanner texted and said, get him some pants that fit?
That was Paul.
Okay, that was Paul. Were they extra big this week?
Yes.
Holy shit. I mean, I think I could have fit in them damn things.
Yes. Just a second. We got to answer this. Paul, you want to take this question from Majin?
Yeah. FWF, Functified Wrestling Federation. It is a indie promotion league based out of Warsaw, Indiana. Headed up by Brian Johnson. No, not the lead singer of AC/DC. And I happen to be a part of that as a manager by the name of Rip Ryerson Jr. I'm back, and I'm going to be causing a hell of a lot of chaos. Taking down all the good guys.
Love it.
I haven't followed Paul. Is FWF's champion still old boy that's he worked for ROH there for a minute. Then he started doing some NWA stuff. What's his name?
J-Rock?
J-Rock. Yeah.
J-Rock?
Is he still a champion? No.
Brandon Day is current champion.
Yeah. I like the Night better. That's all I got.
But Private Party, good one for them.
Okay, yeah, back to
Yeah,
I got
back
you.
around.
Complete tangent there, rabbit hole there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tanner.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll get back on track here. But they didn't get the win cleanly. They got a little dirty as Mark Quinn rolled up Dante and grabbed the ropes for the advantage.
Did he though, or did he fall into them?
He said he fell, but
See, he fell.
But-
Yeah.
the crowd liked this match. Crowd loves Private Party. Everybody gets into their shots.
I mean, who doesn't like shots? Let's be honest.
It's true. Good stuff. And then before the main event, we got a video package from Darby and Sting. Darby's claiming it's about all the story for Sting. They want to end as World Tag Team Champions. Didn't see that coming.
I had another issue with this. The finish the story is getting a little
Used way too much.
A little worn out. I feel bad for Cody, okay? Because, I think there's got to be some professional courtesy here. When you start a gimmick and it's yours, nobody else should take it. Now you got Drew McIntyre wanting to finish the story. You got CM Punk wanting to finish the story, yada, blah, 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 okay? So now you got a guy that more than likely was – I shouldn't say that. Never mind. You got a guy that worked with Cody in AEW and Darby. And he shouldn't say that. And I'm a Darby fan, even though I think he's going to be in a wheelchair by the time he's 35.
Gardner broke his neck about a week ago.
Yeah, that didn't look as bad as half the shit he does. I understand you want to finish with Sting, okay? But there's a different way you can word it than saying, hey, I'm going to finish the story with Sting and we're going to have the belts. Yeah. It's just nowadays, especially now, because as of Saturday, it's going to be official WrestleMania season, right? After Saturday, right? Royal Rumble. So you're in the hot point of wrestling right now. I just think he needed to word it differently. Okay? Nothing. I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think he's out there doing it maliciously, right? It's worn out right now. He's got to reword that a little different.
Yeah. But how do we get there though? If they want, are we going to see them win gold and go in Revolution and defending, or the Bucks got to find a way to get off a big bill and start?
No. As soon as I heard that, I said, "Here's what's going to happen: Sting and Darby are going to beat Dipshit Bill and Starks, okay, and then Dipshit Bill, and then Bucks win at Revolution, right? Sting's going to salute on his way out the door." I think that's an easy way to get the belts on the Bucks. Okay, that sets up so many feuds for the Bucks. Big Bill and Starks. Hey, I never got a rematch clause. FTR. Going
the
on.
Hardys.
Private Party's
one of them. Top Flight. Gates Agony or whatever, without Brian Cage. I like those guys. Workhorsemen. The tag team division is good in AEW. It's deep. There's just not a lot of guys at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
You get the Bucks and FTR and kind of out of there, and there's some talent down there, but they're just not over right now. Hopefully the Bucks can develop that, being the part of their EVP role. But easy way to get the belts on the Bucks is somehow get Darby and Sting to win those in the next week or two. Hold them for 2-3 weeks, and then drop them Revolution.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah.
Something else I really liked was the main event. Hook challenging Samoa Joe for an AEW World Title. And in my opinion, AEW just made another star in Hook.
This was something special.
Yeah.
Now they can't drop the ball though.
Correct.
They got lightning in a bottle. Okay.
Yep.
but we got to continue. You don't necessarily need to protect. You need to protect him, but it's just got to be in the right scenarios. The kid can take an L down the road, but it's got to be in the right scenario.
Yeah.
We got to remember he's 22, 23 years old, right?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
I mean, he's the future. But going back to the match, one of the things there towards the end, when he was getting pretty beat up, the Taz stood up and took his headset off. Like I'm the commentator, and Taz does a really good job of calling it down the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
He does a damn good job. But when it got serious, he took his headset off and he went to dad mode.
Yep.
Like, I thought that was just even more of a better what do you call it? Little cherry on top of the story than we were already getting.
Yep.
Hook took some serious bumps in that.
Oh, that one on the announce table. Oh my God. And then the apron. Oh.
And just kept on going. Love the match. At first, I'm thinking, man, this is kind of a random throw to, but they worked well together. And I'm guessing backstage, it was one of those things where Joe probably handpicked this. I have a feeling Joe had a lot to do with this. And I think I brought this up before. I wonder if Taz and Joe ever worked together.
I don't recall, but they could have.
I mean, I know Taz went to ECW, or Taz went to TNA, but I'm pretty sure he never worked there. It was just an announcer role.
I think he just, commentator.
I think he got hurt in WWE and then went to the commentary role and never left.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
there's a chance though that the way the age was, that Joe could have worked with both of them, but I don't. Like I said, you don't think he ever did.
Majin said Joe did for Hook what Flair did for Sting. That's a good one. I feel like this match was close to. If you guys remember, it was a Monday Night Raw, early 2000s. Undertaker against Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. And Undertaker ended up winning, but Jeff Hardy just wouldn't go down, to the fact where after the match, Undertaker got back in the ring, raised Jeff's arm, and then Jeff just passed out.
Yeah,
I kind of thought that this was pretty similar to that.
Yeah. If Joe could use his world title reign to build stars, like he did, where Hook took the L, but obviously did not hurt him. It elevated him. If
he didn't tap out. If
he can continue to do that, then Joe can have a pretty meaningful title run.
Yeah. Hook didn't tap out. He didn't take a pinfall. He passed out, which, there's no embarrassment to do that against Samoa Joe. And he kicked out at the Muscle Buster at 1, which I saw a lot of people online bitch about that. I thought it was great because all he had to do was listen to the crowd. The pop it got out of the crowd, that's what it was for.
Yep. And then he took another Muscle Buster and then it was done.
Yep, because after the match, Hook got up and said, "Is that all you got?" Joe came in, kicked him in the nuts, Muscle Buster, and then Hangman came down in the ring. Swerve was at ringside, and then Joe looks on to presumably his 2 next challengers.
And I noticed Hangman reached out to Hook, like, "I'll help you," and Hook wanted none of it. Rolled out of the ring on my own. Leave me alone.
Yep.
I could really get behind, and I know Hook and Jungle Boy were kind of there together for a minute, right?
And Danhausen.
But I could really get behind Hook being like, "Look, I'm a loner, guys. I'm a recluse. I love to eat my chips and pizza. I eat chips and pizza too, but I don't have a 6-pack like Hook. It's weird. It's weird." But I could get behind him being that recluse. I don't need anybody's help. I'm not going to tag with anybody. I'm going to do everything on my own type of character. I think that could be really good.
Yep. I thought Hook came out of this a bigger star than he went in, and that was the objective, and I thought it was really good Dynamite. The Friday night, we got Rampage. Of course, the hour show. Anything else you want to say, Paul? Sorry. Paul, we got you? Okay. I thought you wanted to say something there. We opened up Rampage. Jericho against Matt Sydal. And actually, for as much flack and grief I've been giving Jericho these days, I thought this was a pretty good match. I thought this was a pretty good opener.
two different styles. Seidel, still kind of the high flyer, quick, fast.
Old high flyer, I'll call him.
Well, I mean, how old is he now? Look that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. And
He's-
Hook's 24, by the way, Shep. I did look that up.
24. Okay, Seidel's got to be close to 40.
He is 40, right on the dot.
Okay.
So he's still way younger than Jericho is.
Well, Jericho's 53.
Let's see here.
Oh, and no
53,
Taz
yep.
Samoa Joe matches.
No Taz Samoa Joe, which, if you think about it, back in the day, I mean, Taz was the suplex machine, and the style that Joe worked in the early TNA days. Those guys. I mean,
that would have been fun.
That would have been great. But yeah, I thought. I don't want to harp on Jericho and make it sound like screw Jericho, but I thought Seidel worked to Jericho's level, but still looked quick. Does that make sense? So
I do wish Jericho would just take a break for a while. And I'm not just saying that just because of the allegations out there. It's just his stories aren't doing anything for me right now. I think if he could go away for a while, come back a little refreshed, it would help. But I don't think they're going to do it.
No, I agree with you. I don't think he's got any good storylines. You know, he's still fighting with the Don Callis family.
Right.
What he needs to do, take a break, get rested up, get in. I'm going to say get in shape. He's in shape, but you know what I mean. A couple times he showed up ripped on television. You know, have him come back at All In, All Out. You know, take 5 months off, and then make one last run. So,
but it sure looks like we're going to probably get him and Takeshita one-on-one at Revolution, because Takeshita came out after this match, blindside Jericho on the ramp, and officials ran down, separated them, but then Takeshita took a shot and took out CD Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, that was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But of course, I think Jericho and Takeshita are 1-1. Takeshita beating in AEW, Jericho beating over in Japan. So
Correct.
This is kind of a rubber match.
Correct.
I'm not going to give you my picks for Revolution because I don't want to, say that I gave you help and when you lose the belt to me. But I will tell you
had to say the word.
Yeah, I will tell you the winner of Jericho and Takeshita will not be Jericho or Takeshita. Think about that. So there's my pick.
All right. We got Daddy Magic on commentary again on Rampage. The guy's gold on the mic.
Yes. Get rid of Jericho all the time and just put him there. 100%.
No kidding.
Yes.
Saw Penta get a win over Anthony Henry. I kind of fast forward through that match. I'm not gonna lie.
Did anybody see the pictures that came out of Penta's daughter making the save on him? Like, he was down in Mexico, and I saw this this week, so this has been a couple weeks ago. But you know, Penta always has that. The way his mask is, it's easy to rip off. Well, his mask got ripped off. His daughter ran into the ring dressed like him and made the save. And I mean, she's probably in a late teenager or early 20s, the way she looked, and she had a mask on. But I'm like, could you imagine a guy like Penta working with his daughter in AEW? I mean, that's awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, he's an unbelievable talent. I've been a Penta fan for a while. You know, he had that run in TNA as world champion over there, and I think he could hold some individual gold in AEW.
We're getting he against Hangman this Wednesday. That'll be fun. So, speaking of Hangman, Mal just said Joe versus Hangman, TA versus Swerve. I think that's the direction we're going.
I think so.
Yep. So Penta gets the win there. Backstage, we saw Ruby Soho and Saray yelling at each other. Renee sees what happens, asks what's going on. Ruby then grabs Harley Cameron and asks her why she keeps seeing her passing. Cameron said it was all Anna Jay's fault. And Ruby believes her, and Renee's just like, can't believe what Saray is mixing up here between them all. So I don't know.
Look, there was someone out there that went, man, why couldn't Ruby do that to me? I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, there's probably a few people that said that, Paul.
And Harley kind of looked like she was enjoying it a little more than she should have been.
Yeah. It's each their own.
We're going to keep it PG tonight, Paul.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, as you've dropped F-bomb numerous times.
Well, that's because I was fired up. I haven't made any sexual innuendos. Come on.
that is true.
Not directly.
Yet.
No.
6.9.
We saw Statlander get a win over Queen Emanata, I believe is how you pronounce her name.
Boy, did you see Emanata's the buckle, or what do you call that? The hip buckle bomb that she did on Statlander? What's the official term on that one?
I'm looking at.
It's not buckle bomb. It
says a hip attack in the corner. The notes say
hip attack.
Yeah,
it was solid.
Yeah,
and Queen Empanada. Am I saying that right? Like empanada, like the
Emanata.
Emanata.
There's no P in there, huh? I don't know.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. I'm a fat white guy from the Midwest. I can't speak. But I've seen her twice. She has worked for Warrior Wrestling when I got to go watch her in South Bend. And actually her and Sky Blue have worked. I've seen them work together there. And I see she's working more for ROH and AEW. She's very, very athletic, very, very talented. So like to see her more on TV. So I thought this was a really good match.
And right after the match, backstage, Renee's catching up with Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. Willow Nightingale comes running in and explains she wanted to be at ringside, but her flight was canceled by someone. Statlander said they'll get everything figured out.
Stokely.
You raggedy bitch.
Raggedy bitch. Exactly. Steffi likes your empanadas comment there.
I love empanadas. Who doesn't love empanadas?
I don't think those would go good with your woo energy, though.
Yeah, they're the best steak in America. I don't care. You go to the best steakhouse in America and have it cooked by a 69-star Michelin chef. Would not go good with that son of a bitch. Oh my! I I drink fast, and I just drank this whole Yeti, just trying to get this shit out of the flavor gone.
And I got a feeling it wouldn't matter what flavor you got.
No, this is typical energy drinks. There's no sugar in it, right? Which I get. It's trying to be healthy, but it has that medicine flavor, like that imitation
cough syrupy stuff.
That imitation sweetener to try to make it taste better than what it really is. And again, I'm not an energy drink. I don't drink energy drinks at all. And literally, I literally bought that just for this review, and it's because it's Ric Flair. So,
well, that was good content for us. I'm glad you did.
Yes.
Watch for the shorts on YouTube.
And actually,
100%.
And like I said, I'm gonna give the others to Paul because he's an energy guy. But like, obviously, this can. If you look behind me, I have a bunch of memorabilia in this room, and it has no monetary value. This is all sentimental value, right? It's a bunch of dumb shit. My wife hates me for it. So obviously, gonna have I'm gonna have an empty can of Woo Energy on the walls at some point. Like, I'm keeping this one. So
I think you need to get the NWA title up in the background somewhere.
It's in the other room right now. I've looked at some cases to put it in. I've looked to hang it on the wall, like if you look at Dax,
they make like a belt type thing.
Yeah, they make a belt holder. If you look like Dax, he's got him on the wall. So this is the sprint car room. Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows what sprint cars are, but this is the sprint car room behind me. So over here we got some other shit. And I'm working on it.
Hey, you should do me a favor and see who's winning the ball game behind you. I'd be real curious.
Actually, it was 27. All right. By the way, it's a golf commercial now. Did you see that damn amateur win that golf tournament today, Tank?
I did. First one since 91. That's pretty impressive.
Holy shit. That kid
That's
shot
pretty impressive.
60 yesterday.
Hey, he's 20 years old.
Fucker.
Yeah.
You know what? I love I know this is a professional wrestling podcast, but we're going to talk golf for like 30 seconds. The best comment yesterday was Justin Thomas, who a grizzled pro, I would call him at this point in time, just says what's on his mind. He's like, look, playing my ass off. I didn't expect this guy to come out and shoot 60. What the hell? It was great. Great content. All right, game's back on. Hold on.
Yes. I just want to know score.
27, Bills 24.
Bills just threw it incomplete pass in the end zone.
Oh, man. All right. Well, hopefully that changes by the end of this podcast.
1:55 to go. All right, let's talk some wrestling. What
yes, we're in the main event.
No. Real quick. You got me on football, and I saw something that I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on. Okay, so this is on a news website. It says Reba McEntire, Usher, and Post Malone are slated to perform at San Francisco 49ers and Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah, it was a local station.
It's a big thing?
Yeah, it was a local station on the East Coast, and some guy screenshotted it. Barstool got a hold of it. A couple other sports websites got a hold of it. Look, I think the officiating in the NFL is awful.
It's getting worse.
I don't. And look, guys, we're talking about a predetermined sport every Sunday night.
Correct.
But I'm telling you, right, they missed a field goal. They missed it. Yeah, but Bills just missed a field goal. I want to hold on to what natural sports we have, and he wasn't even fucking close.
PG, Shep, PG.
We're long past that, Paul.
Well, I can see the reflection in my screen, and then I turned around like he was.
You got to be. That's gonna be a short. That was classic.
Yeah, jeez, fucking Taylor Swift.
It's not even that. Anyways, as a Bronco fan, the Chiefs make my life a living hell. So it's just.
I really hope, and all the conspiracy theories we live in nowadays, I really hope that that's just a bunch of bullshit, and there's no behind the scenes dollars and all that. So, you know what? Whenever you know what I put yeet right up there with, because anytime you say yeet, you cannot smile. Like Tanner, say yeet.
Yeet.
And so you smile. See?
He's trying not to.
Yeah, but you know what else when you smile? 69. Like yeet and 69 are right there. Like either one. Every time you say it, it makes your day a little bit better. Right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And my God. Oh, Mama Wayne. In them leather pants. Like the dye come back as a leotard.
I keep waiting for him to combine them all and just go, I'm going to yeet Mama Wayne's pants and then fill in the blank.
Well, I yeet.
Yeet means to throw away.
Never mind. I can't say
yeet means to throw. Okay.
Oh.
You yeet something, you throw it.
Oh.
We are live on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Just a reminder.
You can. All right. I'm gonna take a 5-second break because I'm empty. So
right.
You guys start talking. Will you start talking about wrestling again?
Yeah.
We are.
Main event of Rampage. Darby Allin, Jeff Hardy. Second time we've seen this match. So a lot of people like to compare Darby to Jeff from Jeff's younger days. I actually enjoyed this match, Paul. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to.
I agree. I wasn't expecting to sit back and enjoy this as much as I did because
I wasn't either.
Jeff's getting older. I figured, all right, what are we gonna do? He struggles to hit spots sometimes, but man, he delivered. Darby delivered.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I like to see, and of course, Jeff couldn't have put on this type of match without somebody like Darby, in my opinion.
Correct. Trying to get Majin's attention with the 69 talk. Shep, what'd you think of Darby and Jeff? Paul and I thought it exceeded our expectations because I wasn't really looking forward to it because we've seen it once, and I thought they both did pretty well.
It was a good match. They had their spots. The chair spot on the ramp was pretty good.
Mhm.
Thought
that chair exploded.
Yeah, poor chair. But the thing that stood out to me at the most was the end of the match, where I think we're going to get a little bit of a heel turn out of Jeff.
Yes, and Jeff and Matt both, I think.
Yeah, so I can't remember. It's been a long, long time ago, back in Connecticut days when we got a heel Hardy Boys, right? Almost when the Hardy Boys split. I know we got them in TNA, but that was the Broken Jeff and brother
Nero,
mm-hmm.
and Willow and all that stuff. So yeah, I could see a little heel turn out of them guys, a little anger, a little build up, you know, all the years that they put into this business, and this is the way they're treated. Yeah, I could see that.
They like to complain on social media how they're constantly on Rampage, and I like it.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, right now on social media, all Matt cares about is his daily cold plunge and his
hanging
wife
with his kids, but his wife's just on vacation. That's what he said. Plan vacation. Everything's good. That's what he says.
Yeah, but
she did post a TikTok of her rearranging Matt's belts, and they were actually going into a case, not into a trash bag like I figured it would be.
Well,
who knows?
The one TikTok, and I think I sent this guys to you. She said, "This is the last time you're going to do me dirty," and she was putting on a freaking Edge shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
goes back in the Edge Lita days.
Yep. I don't know if Paul froze there. No, he didn't.
A little bit.
Oh,
He's moving. He's moving. So, yeah. So I like it. A different turn for the Hardys. I'm all for it. So, good episode of Rampage. And speaking of Jeff Hardy, we're getting him against Swerve on Dynamite this week. So that'll be cool.
That'll be a real good test to see where Jeff's at. Jeff used to be able to move a lot like Swerve,
right?
So we'll see if he can keep up. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Dynamite. Dynamite's freaking stacked already.
Yes, it is.
But that'll be a good test for Matt or for Jeff. Sorry.
Well, Colliders got together to watch Collision on Saturday, and we started out with Jon Moxley against Shane Taylor. This was a pretty hard-hitting match.
I was looking forward to this match when they announced it, just because of the sheer size of Shane Taylor. But
his shorts are humongous.
But but he's so athletic.
Yes.
So athletic for a big guy. And what I know was he was an offensive lineman in the NFL, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So he's obviously good with his hands if he's an offensive lineman in the NFL. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. Those two ain't gonna hold back on each other. Moxley's gonna give you the green light. Taylor's gonna say whatever you want to do, Mox, I'm in. I thought it was a great way to open the show.
I liked how the match ended. Shane Taylor didn't tap, didn't take a penny, passed out, and he looked at his protege, Lee Moriarty, pointing at him, pretty much telling him, "This is how you go out. You don't tap out." So, I thought that
great
was
way
good.
to end it.
And after the match, Moxley takes the mic, says, "Everyone hear this? I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off beyond belief. I'm hungry beyond belief." He said he isn't taking any crap and issued a challenge for a teammate or colleague to keep the hell up.
Teammate, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is he talking to Wheeler? Is he talking to Claudio? Is he talking to Brian?
Yeah. I like it. I want to see Mox do a selfish singles run in 2024.
Yeah, I'd be all for it.
And I think it'll be towards the Continental belt over anything else.
Mm-hmm.
The Continental Crown, I guess we're calling it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a belt. If you wear it around your waist, it's a belt. It's not a crown.
Yeah. We got a Cope Open for the third straight week. Dante Martin accepted the challenge. So that's his Collision debut. And different styles, totally different styles here, but I thought they worked well together. I thought it was a fun match. And at the end, Dante's going for, I don't even know what he was going for, what move he was going for off the top rope, but Adam met him in midair with a spear for the 1-2-3. And then he got on the phone, Jesus, on the microphone. See, that's where I was getting to.
Yeah.
You were half-assed right.
Yeah, half-assed right. I'll take it for a Sunday night at 9:47. He gets on the microphone with Tony Schiavone and said, he's loving that these kids are stepping up and this is harder than he thought it was going to be. But he takes some shots at Christian Cage. So love the direction they're going. We're going to get that rubber match at Revolution. I just don't know what the stipulation's going to be. And like Shep said, Suzuki versus Copeland on Wednesday night. Fun stuff.
There's only one stipulation that can be because
TLC.
No. And here's why this one. No, I know where you're going with that because of the nostalgia of it. But Adam Copeland is going to want one match where it's one-on-one. The only way to do that, cage match. You keep everybody out, and it's just, hey, face it, we're going to do a cage match, just me and you.
I was all about that, and I even think I said that on the last week or the week before's pod until they announced a cage match for next week's Collision. Would they do a cage match next week and then follow it up with another cage match at Revolution?
Well, Tanner, we're 6 weeks out. Okay, you're gonna be 5 weeks out then.
I know.
And you're gonna do a six-man tag cage. So it can work.
Elimination style.
Yeah.
So you're two totally different things. So yeah, it definitely could work.
Okay.
And I know we don't do a lot of cage matches on AEW, and we don't want to wear it out, but no, absolutely could work. It's the only way you could end their feud and say it's got to be one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless all of a sudden AEW comes out with Hell in a Cell and call it Complete Cage or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you're right. You're right. It's got to be stipulation though, right? And if not, then we know Killswitch is going to get involved, and maybe he finally turns.
Man, let's do this. It's and this could work because he's a pompous asshole. Christian versus Adam in a cage. Stipulation. Christian wins. Adam leaves AEW. Adam wins. Killswitch leaves AEW. Like Christian puts him up on the look, I ain't gonna leave, but I'll bet on this guy right here. If I lose, this guy has to leave. And I'd be okay with that. But not just because I don't like the character, just because Christian is a pompous asshole.
Right.
And he could be like, look, all right, your career versus my Killswitch's career, and I'll fight.
Right. Yeah. Right. And then that could help with Killswitch's turn then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes
he
back.
Wouldn't be leaving the company. Yeah.
No. Well, there's room for him in other places, like Mexico.
There's no more Lucha Underground though.
I don't care.
That's where he did his best.
Okay, good. To Canada, there's got to be promotions up in Canada that could really use a big guy that dresses like a dinosaur.
Help us out, Majin. Help us out there.
Yeah. What Canadian promotion can use a big guy that dresses like a dinosaur? That has his MDA or doctor or whatever the fuck he's got.
Or do we have him leave, drop the Luchasaurus Killswitch gimmick altogether,
come back as librarian,
have him come back as more of himself?
Honestly, speaking of Adam, side note, did anyone see him in that Percy Jackson show? I have not yet, but I know it's out there.
I knew it was in there. I haven't watched it yet, but I knew it was in there.
Yep. All right, can I be the asshole here? Who the hell's Percy Jackson?
Disney.
Oh.
It's not like an anime. It's actual.
No, it's real
Yeah.
life. Yeah, I think he plays the God of War in that one.
Yeah, something like that. But
Well, you know what they call me in that show? The God of Mama Wayne. Yeah.
he just wants to be in the gang, everybody. The
Yeet.
Wayne gang.
Yeet.
We saw Thunder.
Never mind.
We saw Thunder Rosa's first singles action since August 2022. She took on Queen Aminata. And or did I fast? No. Where's my notes here? Yeah, here we go. So Thunder gets the win, of course. Hits the Tawana bomb for the win. So nothing ever happened after the match. Nothing there, but good to see Thunder back on TV and in action.
We saw her in a tag match, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, but singles action's always better.
Yeah. It is.
Yep.
She was dealing with a really bad back injury, right?
Yeah, almost ended her career.
So, yeah, great to see her back. I think she's got to be right in the mix in that women's division.
Yeah. Yep. So Bullet Club Gold come out to celebrate their ROH six-man championships, and they claim Daddy Ass came out. Bones suggested they form a super group. Bones said the fans want to see Daddy Ass win singles gold. They want to see the Acclaimed and the Guns win tag team gold. They want to see Jay White become world champion. Says the Bang Bang Gang has to answer the fans right now. The fans give a resounding yes, and they scissor and They form the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Yeah, the Guns, the Scissors. That was weird, but you know. But hey, the Bang Bang Scissor Gang is a thing,
and they're gonna sell a lot of T-shirts.
They're gonna sell a shit ton of T-shirts.
Yes,
but I think I already know where this is going, and maybe you guys will agree, maybe you'll disagree, because I think this is gonna be a popular group while it lasts. Bullet Club Gold's got to turn on these guys before Evolution. We're going to get a unifying match to unify both trios titles.
Yeah, we're going to get 4 weeks of them playing along, and then they're going to unify these titles. They're going to sell just as much T-shirts as Mark and Nick Mysterio.
Yes, agreed. Our truth, legend.
Which, and I don't think we don't have rules, right?
No.
So when it comes to wrestler of the week, does it have to be an AEW wrestler?
We've never stated that.
We never stated that.
Nope.
Mine,
a wrestler.
Just to let you know, mine will be an AEW wrestler, but I thought about it, and R-Truth, between what he did on Monday Night Raw and then what he did on Busted Open this week. I mean, the way did you guys listen to it?
Yes. I did on Busted Open.
The best part is Bully comes out and says, "Truth, I got to ask you something. It's been on my mind for so many years. This is shooting from the heart, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Bully, I'm married." Like, just shot him down. It was like, Bully and Mark Henry lost their shit.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And he's doing the interview naked, which was hilarious. So, anyways, R-Truth almost made the Kicking Out podcast, which is following AEW. He almost made Wrestler of the Week because he's
that's saying something.
Yeah. And I couldn't find
it was his birthday this week.
And it was his birthday. His kid scored 1,000 points in college basketball. And he couldn't find Nick Mysterio on Facebook. He thought something was wrong. And he made a shit ton of money. It was great. Anyway, all right, move on.
Majin saying CWE is the promotion that could use Kill Switch.
All right, we'll send him up to
just mask him.
Canadian Week Wrestling. Wait, Canadian Week Entertainment or whatever. Sorry, Majin, I just made that up.
Probably not even close, but that's
probably not.
What'd you guys think of Daniel Garcia versus Buddy Matthews?
I thought this was good.
He's grown on me just a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't start that shit, Tanner.
Nope.
A big reason why I like this is I think Buddy Matthews is super talented. I think I've said that before. I think he's super talented. Love to see him more on television. So,
no, this was good.
A little bit of a storyline here because they've put Garcia with FTR, obviously Buddy Matthews with House of Black, and so a little bit of a storyline here, just not a throw together match. Appreciate it again.
Still got Daddy Magic on commentary.
Daddy Magic, yeah, that red leather coat.
And Danny gets the roll up win, and then a big old brawl afterwards. We see the locker room, including Turbo Floyd and Magnum.
Your boys came out to try to break it all up.
The Outrunners. Yes,
they were part of the 50 wrestlers or whatever, and big old melee. And then afterwards, Dax said that this enough's enough. We're settling this next Saturday, 6-man elimination style cage match.
Love it.
At least it's not an over the top rope type of thing.
No kidding.
Especially since the Rumble is next Saturday. So
yes,
that's why you pull out something like this, because you're competing against the Rumble, and you've got some people who will probably watch.
They're going to take they're going to take a huge rating bump. I think honestly they get worse ratings when they're against the WWE PLE than even college football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and here's why. Because guys like me, I'm probably going to watch the Rumble and DVR Collision.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's already my plan. It's already set to DVR.
Now, obviously, I could watch the Rumble Sunday morning and watch Collision live, but, it's hard for me. It's hard for me because I'm on my phone all the time, and I don't want to see all the dirt sheet shit on X.
Yeah.
And
Tanner would probably ruin it for you anyway.
Yeah,
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Well, Tanner's gonna shit his pants when MJF comes down at number 25.
Nope, not happening. Nope. I gotta think of something if that happens. What I'll do.
Andrade El Idolo.
Yeah.
Yes. That's good. All right, I was gonna save this for the end of the show, but since we're talking about it, I want Rumble prediction winners from you guys, men's and women's.
Women's Go ahead, Paul.
I just had the men's Punk.
Oh, women's Bailey.
I agree with that.
I'm going women's Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting her and Rhea at WrestleMania.
I'm going men's Rumble.
It's between two guys, right? It's got to be two guys that are going to face off tomorrow night.
Yeah, I say CM Punk. But I listened to Busted Open this morning, and them jackalopes, I don't even know, Justin Bernard and I'm a Dork.
Justin LeBar and Jonathan Hood.
Yeah, Jonathan I'm a Hood.
Jeez.
Whatever their names are. They had a really thing is they said, hey, let's predict the final four.
Ooh.
And the three, it was Punk, Cody, McIntyre. And then everybody had a wild card on number 4. And there were some wild cards. A couple of them I agreed with. A couple of them I didn't agree with. But
I think it'll be Punk for the Rumble as well. But we'll see with Rollins' injury. That could really spice things up.
Which we're going to see. We're going to see Rollins this Monday night. Come out and address his injury.
Yep.
Perfect 10.
They're not bringing him back. No.
Why not? They just brought Pete Dunne back, even though he's been on TV under a different name for a year and a half.
Thank God they did that. About time.
Here's like, why.
Oh, hey, he's no longer Butch anymore. He's back to Pete Dunne.
Here's why they won't bring Spears back. They brought him back. He came in the Rumble as a NXT competitor, 5-6 years ago, and then he went to AEW and did his thing. He's gone now. He's on the Indies. I don't see them bringing him back.
He's Cody's buddy.
Yeah.
you got a better shot of seeing QT Marshall in the freaking Rumble.
Good.
Yeah.
My last thing I want to say about the Rumble before we get back on track here, talking AEW, is I do think it is genius that they put LA Knight in the part of the Fatal 4-Way, and he's not going to be in the Rumble, because that's one guy I could see the crowd, if he doesn't, win or do well, they could hijack it for LA Knight.
Well, I bet you that match happens before the Rumble.
Yeah, but I just don't think historically speaking, he won't be in the Rumble match because of that match. And that's a good way to not have him in the Rumble, by having him in that match, and the crowd can't be mad. Whereas if he's in the Rumble, doesn't win, they could hijack it potentially, because he's that popular.
Yeah.
Or you have him in the Rumble, he comes in, and you have a guy like Punk or McIntyre, which, kind of on the edge, toss him out, and they get a little more heat that way.
True. You know what? One thing about the Rumble that's always cracked me up is they always make a big deal about whoever starts number one and how long they can last from number one. Number two is just as long. So when number two goes in, number one's the only one in there. That's what's always made me laugh.
And the clock doesn't start until both 1 and 2 are in the ring.
Exactly. It's always made me chuckle.
So who's the number one? I already have a guy.
I don't think it's Cody or Punk. So
no. I think it's Gunther.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
And I think he makes a run.
Does Lesnar show up for the Rumble?
Yes, because I think he eliminates Gunther.
Oh, I hope we get those two at Mania. My God,
I think you get those two at Mania.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. So, well, two guys we're not getting in the Royal Rumble: Matt Sydal and Roderick Strong. They face each other on Collision. And I know Roderick's really annoying with his mic's work at times, but in ring he can go, and I love his finisher. His finisher is awesome. I don't know what they call it anymore. I don't know what they call his finisher. It's not in my notes there, but he pretty much throws up the guy and then hits him with a knee in the back. I'll go ahead and I'm going to give away one of my Revolution predictions. He's going to take that title off Orange.
Yeah.
Just because they want to give that faction a little momentum.
Yes, they want to give them some more gold.
Well, they got the ROH tag titles, which, let's be honest, there's not a lot of momentum there, right? There's not a lot of momentum there. So
End of Heartache is the finishing move. End of Heartache. Sorry.
I was just looking that up and just found it as you said it.
Yep.
So, I can kind of see that, but I can also see TK just riding Orange out until he breaks again.
It could be. The main event of Collision, very hard-hitting match. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli and Bryan Danielson. Brian and Claudio sick of Eddie. Eddie's sick of them. Ortiz, as Claudio said, is just in the way because he's Eddie's friend. What do you guys think of the main event?
Ortiz had a different look. That's all I had on that one.
Yeah. He did. I love the promo beforehand where they were backstage and they were talking about Ortiz and the family issues and working them out. And if you look at just Eddie was just reacting to everything Ortiz said. And then they put the mic in front of Eddie, and Eddie's like, "Look, what do you want me to say? This, that, blah, blah, blah. Let's get out of my way. I want to go work." I thought that was the highlight of the match. The match itself was a little blah.
Yeah.
Until the finish, or until the end. I figured Ortiz would take the finish here, and he did. But I love the fact Danielson went up, spit in Kingston's face, and basically this shit ain't over.
Yep. I don't respect you.
I don't respect you.
You got lucky.
So those two, I have a feeling we're going to get at Revolution.
Yep. This card's going to be dumb, guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I don't think we need a stipulation for that match. But I
Title
feel
on
like
the line.
we'll get something. We'll get a submission match or something like along those lines. So
Yep.
something that favors Danielson a little bit.
Yep. But it's good. I mean, just talk about two intense guys. They're going to bring it. That'll be a fun match. For sure. So, all right. Well, what was your show of the week and what rating you going to give it?
Go for it, Paul.
Oh, man. I am torn between Collision and Dynamite this week because both were really good. Collision gave us half the name for this week's podcast, but I think I am going to go with Dynamite.
Rating?
6'9".
No. Probably going to shock you guys. 7-8.
7-8.
That's
All right.
good.
A little higher than I have been.
One thing we found on Collision that I forgot to report: the rankings are coming back.
Yes.
Tony's bringing back the rankings, which I'm all for it. I like it.
Mm-hmm. We need the rankings back.
All right, you want me to go, Tanner?
Sure.
I'm also going with Dynamite. I thought the main event overpowered any other show we saw this week in Dynamite with Hook and Joe. I'm not as high as Paul because I don't smoke as much weed. It was a joke, guys. It was a joke. But
I'm sober.
I'm still up there. I went 7-6.
I'm going Dynamite as well. I went Collision last week. A lot of it's just with what Shep said. I really enjoyed that Hook Joe main event. I really like them. I don't want to say strapping a rocket. The Hook's back because we're not sure what they're going to do with him yet. But he came back. Look, I mean, he was getting criticism, or not criticism. He was getting his flowers from Bischoff, Russo, guys that are constantly harping on AEW. So they did something right there. So I'm going with Dynamite. I'm going 8-1. I'll be the high guy tonight.
I think I sent you guys a text that said hell froze over, and it was Vince Russo just saying this was a great segment. Like they knocked it out of the park. And I'm like, bro, because Vince Russo always has to say bro because he's never mind.
Now, what did Corny say?
I have not seen anything from Jim Cornette and Brian Last on this.
Okay, because if they did, then hell really froze over. If all three of those.
But I also think they obviously record on Sunday as well. So maybe they watch the whole week, and I think they record on Saturday or Sunday. So maybe we'll get something tomorrow on that.
Okay. All right, wrestler of the week.
Oh, I want to go last on this one for a very specific reason, so I'm going to let you guys go first.
All right.
Go ahead, Tanner. You're the host all of the time, so you never get to go first. I'll let you go.
I'm the host. I'm the champ. Well, it's
easy.
I've probably already spoiled my Hook. Hook.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one to go with.
Yep.
You still going last, Paul?
Yep.
Okay. Tanner just creeps that belt in the corner.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, just look at this. Look at this, guys.
Good shit, pal.
Yeah, that's a good one, Paul. You did good there. I'm gonna go a little off the realm here. And I love the match. I'm going Darby on Rampage.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to throw both of you off by this one because technically my wrestler of the week is no longer an active wrestler. For his ability to sell as if he had no clue what was going on in this match, because we all know otherwise, Taz.
Okay. We talked about it earlier.
Taz's reactions through that entire match. I mean, everybody's sitting down even after the table breaks. He's standing up. He's hooping and hollering. He's trying to coach him while calling the match. I got to go Taz.
It's funny you did that because I almost picked a commentator this week, but it wasn't Taz. I almost went with Nigel.
Yeah.
That guy's so good right now.
I almost went on Toni Storm just because of the way she was on commentary in her promo.
Yeah.
Commentary in AEW is phenomenal right now.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing, I've got to give all of the commentators props every week, because you go watch Connecticut and they'll ignore certain things. Like if somebody bounces their head off the table, they'll kind of just move on from it. They had, I think it was Collision, might have been Rampage, because Daddy Magic was out there. Something happened. Oh, it was Rampage, because Darby basically got thrown in everybody's lap, and Daddy Magic's talking, hey, I'm flying solo right now. And then all of a sudden you hear Excalibur. He's like, well, I'm trying to get my headset put back together. Darby Allin was basically in my lap. You don't get things like that over in Connecticut right now. And that's what makes the commentary in AEW so good.
I agree. Little details go a long way.
Yeah, they help sell the story. And when they're interacting as much as they are, it helps it go further.
Yeah, heck a week for Dynamites. Tony Khan keeps tweeting big things for 2024. And speaking of that, I got one last question before we wrap this up. We got news that Okada is finishing up his New Japan career at the end of the month. His contract runs up a day I don't think a lot of wrestling fans ever thought we'd see. So sounds like he's bound I know he's going to do another appearance with TNA, but it sounds like he's bound for one or two places, AEW or WWE. Where do you guys think Okada ends up and why?
I think it's AEW because they'll let him live wherever he wants to live. WWE sounds like he's got to relocate to Florida.
Correct.
Now, does that mean Okada's not a surprise entrance this Saturday?
Yes, because his contract's, unless they can work something out, his contract's not done till the end of the month. They don't have that working relationship with New Japan, so
money walks.
It
bullshit,
does. I would be very
talks,
surprised. I'd be very surprised.
But that I think that from what I can read, that's a big thing to him is where he can live. Yep. So, I don't know a lot about Okada. Obviously, I've seen a lot of his matches, but his personal life, I don't know if he's a family man, has a wife,
he
family,
does have kids. He does have kids.
Okay, so obviously, hey, if you can come spend 2 weeks a month in the States, work your stuff, then go home for 2 weeks instead of relocating your whole family to Florida, that's gotta. I mean, with me personally, that's gotta spend some. That's gotta. I gotta intake that. And I'm an American and I speak Spanish, and I couldn't imagine relocating 2 kids and a wife and a dog to Florida. So
Stephanie says she wants Okada Omega again. I think we all three can agree to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to get Omega healthy, man.
Yeah, he might have a long recovery.
Yeah, hopefully he had that surgery by now. I know he had diverticulitis, right? That's what Brock had.
Mm-hmm.
Brock had that. Yeah, Brock had that in the UFC.
Mm-hmm. That's no joke. That stuff's nasty.
No.
I think he will sign with AEW as well. I think it's the working relationship with Tony Khan. The trust is there. He could still do some stuff with New Japan if he wanted. And then I just think Tony's going to throw a stupid bunch of money at him. Not that WWE couldn't match it or exceed it, but Tony the fan wants Okada. We know how in high regard Tony holds Okada. So,
yeah. And if, Okada goes to Connecticut, he's going to be renamed some weird off the wall.
John
in AEW, he's still Okada.
John the Ninja Diver or something like that. I sent that to you guys.
Vinny was in control, yes, but since Cousin Paul's in control, I don't think so. I think Triple H has his thumb on even the pro wrestling fan base outside of WWE enough to know. I mean, maybe they mess with his entrance a little bit, but you got to keep Okada.
I mean,
They
he's a
changed
legend.
something in his name. The Ninja Okada.
I don't know. It's just a whole new with Endeavor. It's a whole new company anymore.
Look what they did with Kerry Von Erich. They called him the Texas Tornado or some shit, right?
That was Vince. This is Triple H. It's
I
different.
know, but it's
Yeah,
still,
we got Pete Dunne back with Triple H. I'll give him that.
Exactly. So
you
Not
guys
much.
love Triple H.
No.
I think he's pushing the right buttons right now.
Okay. They changed the name of a fucking Harley Race for crying out loud.
They changed their own history. I saw a tweet come out that Roman Reigns by the end of the weekend would beat Bruno's record for
His second
championship reign.
run. His second run. Not Bruno's first run.
Okay.
His
All
second
right.
run.
So they're not doing combined. They're just doing second. Okay, because somebody said that would make him the longest reigning champion in history.
He's
And I'm
fourth.
like,
He's fourth. Now.
yeah.
He'll pass Backlund, and that's why I'm starting to think he's not going to drop at a Rumble or at Mania because he can go through this year and pass Hogan, and I think that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have a big old explicit bomb from Shep on the podcast. It's going to be fun.
Mania 50.
We might, you know what? We should do a Mania watch live together.
Watch along. We might have to do that. Hey, we will be recording at 8:30 that night. So
yeah.
That's
Are we gonna put any
change the
cameras
schedule?
on somebody's TV and do it that way?
As long as we don't get in trouble for pirating.
I don't know if we could do that, but we could react with it as if we're watching a different screen. But I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look up how we can do that.
We should watch.
Yeah, because I know some people will stream it, but it's muted and then they're doing all the talking. There's nothing from WWE in it.
I'll have to do some research.
All right, do some research. If not,
that sounds fun though.
And by the way, what's wrong? Stephanie doesn't like Hogan. How do you not like Hogan?
I'm not. I like what he did for the business. I liked him growing up, but I don't care for the guy anymore. He's racist. He's racist.
He just saved somebody in a car wreck.
He did, and good for him. I'm glad he saved the 17-year-old girl, but
because he
wearing an
saved.
NWO shirt. Yeah, he's something. He's I don't know. And he's just got off his rocker, in my opinion, on all those podcasts he was on this past year, saying stuff that are just not historically correct. Yeah.
Well, that's because
the
Uncle
person.
Vinny.
I agree with that. I don't like him as a person. As a performer, I can't.
Yeah, the Hogan character was fine. Hogan, the person,
Terry
is a
Bollea is not
jackass.
the greatest. Yeah, he kind of is.
That
doesn't work for him, brother.
I love the best part of him is he passed up on the George Foreman grill.
Yeah, for a thermos, for the Hogan thermos.
Yeah. So his marketing team comes to him and says, "Hey, look, let's do this." He's like, "Nah, I don't want that." It goes to George Foreman. Can you imagine how much money that cost him?
Oh, George sold it for a stupid amount of money. Oh, look at that real quick.
Growing up as a kid, my parents had a George. Did you guys have a George Foreman grill?
Yeah,
I still think I have one.
Dude, it was awesome.
I think we got rid of it a couple of years ago because everything stuck to it. No matter, you could soak it in spray and it still stuck.
Yeah, he sold it in 1999 for $138 million.
Yeah,
and that was in '99.
George Foreman did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good because George Foreman had like 14 kids he had to support, but
they're all named George.
Yeah, George 1, George 2, George 3.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
George 6.9.
Any way to fit that in there?
Yeah, you guys all laugh. That's what makes it worth it.
It's all good.
It's easier that way. You just go George, and everybody comes.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I know Tanner wants to wrap this shit up, but I'm not done. I'm not done.
Uh-oh.
So I want a prediction. Saturday night. Who wins the Rumble?
Women's Becky Lynch and Saturday men's CM Punk.
Punk and Bailey.
I guess we already talked about Bailey. Yeah. I'm going Bailey. All right. I'm going Bailey and Cody Rhodes.
All right.
I think they. I don't think they can fuck it up even this way even more. It's gotta be. We're gonna play the story out. It's Bailey and Cody.
So, if Cody does not win the Rumble Saturday night, should we just be prepared for a rant from Shep on Sunday?
It's time to sweat a little bit. He can still get through a chamber, but
Yeah. I don't think. I know the chamber's big this year because it's down in Australia, right?
mm-hmm.
Trying to make it a big deal of it. Australia's paying them hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that match puts over a superstar. It hasn't in the past. It hasn't done anything for me because I'm looking at Rumble and then I'm right into Mania. To me, the chamber is a way to get buys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, it was a way to get buys to get you to get a little cash flow to go into Mania. So I'm not a big fan of the chamber. Never have been.
Isn't the Rumble the last PLE in the US before Mania?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's the reason I would say Cody is I don't want to dick with Cody in that chamber. I don't want to deal with it. You need to build the feud now. Whether we have Cody and Jey Uso doing a tag team match with the Bloodline or something like that, fine. That's fine. It just builds Mania. But
Yeet.
Yeah, Steffi brings up the last time pay-per-view was down in Australia. It was the infamous Undertaker, Kane, Shawn Michaels Triple H match, which was horrific. Michaels comes out of retirement for it. Kane's mask falls off, and it was just absolutely awful.
Well, wasn't that the one that Michaels was in the turnbuckle going, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Yeah, and has a bald head. It's just awful.
He's like,
just
"What
terrible.
am I doing here?" Yeah,
just terrible.
Was that in Australia? Or was that down in Dubai? Or
I think that was Australia one.
Was it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Majin going a little Iron Sheik down here.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I got nothing else.
Speaking of good stuff, you can buy a 10 or 319 Good Stuff Pal t-shirt on kickingoutshop.com. So go check out the Kicking Out Shop merch store. Buy yourself some merch, support a great podcast, and look great doing so.
What else you got for us, Paul?
Yeah, I'll just finish it at this point. Jeez. All right, thanks, guys. You were supposed to pop in with something about merch. You know, somebody could have said merch freak or something. Anyway.
Buy merch, Marks. There you go.
There you go. Majin's little saying right there.
Let's
Be
get
sure
a little,
to follow the
Mama Wayne merch. Can we get some Mama Wayne merch?
Tell me what to put. I'll get it made.
Never mind. I won't say that out loud. That's bad.
Keep
read your text, Shep. Read your
going.
text, Shep. I'll just say that much.
Oh, there's the music. Let's go.
Kicking Out Podcast on all social media at Kicking Out Pod. Be sure to listen to the Kicking Out Podcast wherever it is you listen to your podcasts. And if that happens to be Apple Podcasts, leave us that 5-star review because we are 5-star KOP. Be sure to follow your predictions champion, Tanner Lee, at TannerLee92. Follow Austin Shepard at TheShep27. Follow myself at Paul Zartman921. And with that, for Tanner Lee and Austin Shepard, I'm Paul Zartman. Join us again next Sunday as we kick out yet another podcast.